How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cast Me Outside with me, your host, Aaron Scholl. How's it going? What's up? Today's date is March 20th. Feeling good. If this is your first time listening, what's up? My name's Aaron. I'm a guy. Just a normal dude talking on the internet to other normal people about their wacky life. If you're so normal, why is your life so wacky? Because we're shaking it up a bit. We're rambling. But no, this is my podcast. Right now it's kind of functioning as a video journal where I just talk about my life. And other stuff too. Sometimes I do episodes on specific topics, and I usually will end the episode with some advice that I find from the internet. So stick around, hang out. In my free time, I'm a stand-up comedian. So trying to be entertaining, trying to follow the blueprint of being a modern stand-up comedian. Have a podcast. That podcast you're super consistent with, and you do it for years, and eventually you build a bit of a fan base. And after building a fan base, you have people all over the country who want to come and support you. Because you've been giving them content for free year after year. That happened to me. I saw two comedians who I loved their podcast. I saw Bill Burr and I saw Tim Dillon. Both mainly because I was super into their podcast. Bill Burr, I saw it at too big of a place. So it was just okay. It was cool. It was cool to be there. It was like a little bit after pandemic. So it was like a little bit of like getting back into the world vibe. And I remember, I don't know what was, oh yeah. I was salty. I was a little salty at Bill during the pandemic. Not salty, but I just felt like him as an entertainer, as like a broadcaster or comedian during the pandemic, everyone's life slowed down a ton. So granted, he didn't have much to talk about, but I think ultimately, that was the big podcast boom. So ultimately, we were at home scared and being, manipulated by the government and going through all these crazy changes. And we wanted our friend Bill to ramble for 40 minutes so we could laugh and forget about the craziness. But it kind of felt like he was just in and out, just really short episodes. So I think that was a missed opportunity to help people. At least me as a fan, I was like, "Come on, Bill, do the show, make it work. Talk about old movies, you do it." And I think Bill Burr's podcast actually is a loose parallel to this show. He talks about his life. He's a lot more into sports and has cooler stuff happening, and then he gives advice. So this is very much inspired by the Monday morning, Thursday afternoon, just before Friday podcast. And then Tim Dillon, just when I like somebody. Sorry, I popped a pimple on this side and it was bleeding so bad. I was like, am I just talking with blood running down my face? But I'm not. Alas, my face is blood free, and you probably are. You're probably disappointed that it's not happening because it would have been pretty different and new and exciting. I never watched a podcast where blood just ran down his face the whole time and he didn't address it. But yeah, Tim Dillon. The Tim Dillon show. I liked it. He's funny. He had some bang. Tim Dillon's smart and funny and high energy, and his rants make you feel smart. I think I just got too scared. He had this one girl on, Whitney Webb, and this was kind of the peak of. I remember just laying in my bed playing my Game Boy, listening, and it was a 3DS. It was a 2D 3D. It was a 2DS probably. I wonder what type of DS it was. I was playing a DS, though. The number of dimensions this DS, I cannot recall. This DS had multiple dimensions. and she was just talking about like all of the plans, all the people who rule the world have, and it wasn't looking good for little old Aaron and his desire to have a life that's full of experiences and freedoms. So it was scary. And Epstein, that thing, that little cultural little side note, asterisk for the history books. It's like, oh yeah, and during this entire decade, we were anxiously awaiting a list of people who had high social status or high up in like the elites. We're waiting for a list of elites who were also depraved perverts. Who takes one to know one. All right. No, it doesn't. You can know one and not take one. But yeah, I ended up seeing him, and the Tim Dillon show was in a little theater in Reading, Pennsylvania, and it was good. They cranked it up. Marcello, a comedian on SNL, before he got the gig for SNL, he was who was opening for him, and he has his feature, like 20 minutes of stand up, like so tight, and honestly, in a lot of ways, Marcello had a lot better vibe and was a funner comedian. And Tim Dillon, they just crank it up for Tim Dillon, like the volume. It's so fucking loud, and he just yells. And I'll kind of take the cookie cutter act. I'm Marcello. I'm a little half Puerto Rican or like Cuban boy who lives with a Cuban mom, and I'm young and funny, and laugh with me. Over Tim Dillon's kind of like, I'm like a big, Tim Dillon is a body all over the place type of guy. So you get to see him in all of his large pink glory. But yeah, I love this podcast, and I don't miss it though. I'm watching like a little bit of. I was watching like a video that's kind of like a hit piece on Patrick Bet-David, who was a MLM guy who got into podcasting and has somehow worked. He's like a major political commentator on the right, and you just get a little bit of a glimpse, a little bit of like someone else's perspective of that like political commentary space, which I like kind of was consuming a lot of for a couple of years. And it's just like, yeah, it is just fucking nonsense and treadmill like shit. And it's nice to be ignorant of what people are chasing on the treadmill. I don't know if treadmill's a good analogy. They like dangle the shitty stories out in front of people for us to like, and maybe treadmill is good because treadmill, like, dopamine is what you use to move towards things. So it's like you're kind of like you're moving towards things, but you're not going in a place. You're not really going anywhere. Okay, I am belaboring that treadmill analogy. Speaking of labor, woohoo, I'm pregnant. Yay. Speaking of labor, I work so goddamn hard. I'm kind of a bum at work. Moving slow as fuck. I need to lock it in, as the kids say. Get the good vibes up. Or at least keep pace. I need to find somebody and try and keep pace with them. That's probably a good strategy. Oh yeah, I was thinking about strategies. Strategies for the old grooming strategies. This whole area. So I'm not going to touch my face. Apparently, people don't like it when you touch your face. It makes you seem untrustworthy. But yeah, I like, just the back of your hair, your hairline. The neck beard. Things I've struggled with since I've been growing those, like, is keeping them well maintained and presentable. And like, obviously the beard's a little bit I mean, I'm just going to go get a haircut this weekend, but obviously the beard is 100% in my control, so I got to think. And the thought that I came up with, that came to me, was just shave every day you go to the gym. Just make sure so you're just shaving every other day. I don't know. I'll just talk about shaving for a second. It's easier to shave with like 3 days of growth. That's it. Like, you shave the next day. It's so like stubby. There's no grain to really shave with, and I feel like your razor gets nicked. So I think every other day might be and have enough growth that it's actually just like a smooth shave, and it's not like eventually it'll just be a habit. But yeah, I need to step that up pretty bad. I'm in dire straits of a spring cleaning. The car, disgusting. My car is so disgusting right now. I like sprayed orange juice of an orange everywhere, and I just like look, and there's just like dry liquid. You can tell the liquid was there, and there's like grease here and crumbs everywhere, and just bags of trash and Tupperware and to-go shit. So is that like chaos? Do people read that? Do I carry around the chaos of having just a messy space? It's definitely not like maintaining the kingdom. It's definitely not like being orderly. So I wonder if that weighs on me. That is what Chase Hughes was like. I guess it's like this idea of congruency is trying to be like someone with his shit together, and then having a messy car. Is that so much cognitive dissonance that it's making people just feel like I'm inauthentic, or I'm giving off bad vibes? Because I have to say the vibe's been good. I'm actually pretty happy. I'm always feel like I'm chasing my tail, but I feel like just the relationships at work have been more upbeat. And yeah, it's good. I feel a little bit more present and active and interested in people. So hopefully we can keep making these little improvements, and things will just sort of fall into place. Oh yeah, dude, I don't know. I need to get trash cans. I don't know why I wrote that as something that I want to talk about. Oh, I don't know if, I guess that's also probably in the vein of just stepping my game up. Something that thankfully people have given me shit, or rightfully people have given me shit, is I'll use grocery bags, the small plastic bag from grocery stores. I'll use them as my trash bags, but that's not bad. But what's bad is I hang them from my doorknob like they're little truck nuts. Like they're the incel version of truck nuts. They're like door balls. They just hang there, and it's just kind of like a natural way to tell people, do not enter this room. It's like if you ever want to enter this room, you're gonna have to touch garbage. So I need to evolve away from that, and I think tomorrow I'm just gonna buy trash cans. You know what it is? Because I saw trash cans when I was getting my car inspected. I was walking around some stores, and I found some like just cheap plastic $8 trash cans. I was going to get 3 for this room, the room I sleep in, and the bathroom. And I didn't want to carry them around while my car was in the shop, so I didn't get them. And then I went to another store, and they were a little bit more heavy duty, the trash cans they had there, which maybe a cheap flimsy trash can. Yeah, it's nice because it's like I can use it until it serves its purpose, and then I won't have any attachment to it. I don't know why would I have any attachment to any of the trash cans, but it's just nice because it's cheap and light. But maybe a little more substantial trash can with a little bit of more elegance. I was like, I need a trash can with presence, one that really stinks and stands out, and people walk into a room like, there's definitely, I can't see it, or wherever it is, it's concealed, but there's definitely fucking garbage in here. So that truck nuts bit, I need to like write that down and make that a bit. I tried that on stage a couple of times, where you're hanging the trash bags from your doorknob, and it's kind of like a truck, the equivalent of an incel's truck nuts. I need to like sit down and actually hash out some punchlines and some presences or whatever. What's it called? Setups. I swear I'm a comedian. I did comedy on Tuesday. I'm going to do it tonight. Live. Live comedy. Yeah. Dude, play too much Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is addicting. But the people I play with are pretty good at video games. And, we had a good run yesterday. And so we're on the up and up. But it's just so goddamn fun. I did some achievements before I did this recording. I'm definitely using it to fill time instead of doing laundry and video editing and cleaning that I should be doing. So I think this weekend I need to just sit my ass in the chair, edit my balls off, and I need to also just use my weekend so much better. So much. I have so much potential that I could be achieving during the weekend that I'm just sleeping away or sitting on my ass playing video games away. Dude, I had a scratchy throat as fuck yesterday. I think, yeah, that episode where I snotted, I think the next day my throat was so scratchy, but it actually, I bounced back in like a day or two, so I don't know if it's allergies. It's the first day of spring, everybody. People were walking outside. It was good. It's good. That little bit of sunshine is so good. Oh my God, going in and out of work. Being out of work and this like fresh, wide open, beautiful spring day, and then going back into the doom dungeon. Good thing things are changing. All right, but let's see if we can find some advice. I haven't done advice in a while. Advice. Should I tell? Okay, advice. Should I tell my dad the pictures he's sending me are AI? Yes, you do. I think we call out AI every step of the way. Are we not going to call it out one day? Are we not going to care? I guess it only really matters if it's like real relationships. Someone brings over their AI girlfriend and we got to treat them like it's a regular girlfriend? Or we just let people share AI stories and pictures and we have no like urge to be like, yeah, it's a cool picture, but it's created by a computer. It's not like a picture actually taken in the world. Oh man, I just got like really sad. And it just seems like the answer is yes. I don't know, man. Are we gonna keep our AI girlfriends in the house? Are they gonna be coming out with us? And then are people gonna treat them like they're really My gut says yes. We're gonna just ignore it and let it blend in. And if you're a weird uncle who's divorced, one day shows up with a smoking hot Android AI girlfriend, you're just gonna admire it and talk to it and be like, wow, you're cool. I'm so happy for my uncle to have someone cool and hot to hang out with. It's better than him being alone. I know I'm not gonna spend all my cool and hot years with him. So better you than me, sister. Robo sister. We're going to have a term for like a family member who's AI. This is my artificial dad. This is my artificial wife. I'm freaking out, guys. It just feels so real. I want to watch Black Mirror episodes. I was too big of a pussy to watch Black Mirror episodes when they were hot. But like all that like kind of like dystopia sci-fi that like takes things to their logical conclusions. It's like, yeah, it's scary, but it's also like very engaging. It's not just like monster. It's like, oh my God, this is like deep, like a psychological reflection of our relationship with ourselves and technology. And I've only seen like three episodes, maybe 2 episodes of that. Okay. You should tell your dad. Don't do it publicly on the Facebook. Dude, there was one guy and it ruined his credibility 100%. There was an AI photo that he'd spent a minute of his show kind of arguing that it could not be AI, but it was clearly AI from anyone who spent any amount of time with AI as far as it was at that point. It was probably like 6 months ago. And him arguing that it wasn't AI or could be real was just so credibility ruining. And my boss came up to me and showed me clearly an AI video of Elon Musk talking. And I had to tell him, I had to be like, I saw the episode. If he would have said that, it was like it was something flat earthy. I was like, dude, he never said that. I mean, he never said that. I'm happy to tell you that and move on with my life. I hope you don't think, I hope, it wasn't, didn't feel disrespectful, but I don't know. You can't manage other people's emotions. Am I right? My dad is very wholesome and he's been sharing some cute images he's finding online with me, but they are all very obviously AI. Yeah, I think this technology is so crazy that people need to spend time with it. It's not like obvious that it's fake. Like, definitely with like the voices and shit. Like, I think I'm just young enough. I don't know. Everyone's online so much. But I'm kind of just young enough that I can see this AI. But, the next step, I might be AI. I might be dad sharing obviously fake shit. Like, the next step in my evolution, the wool might just be over my eyes. I might just be living my life, seeing shit and believing it. Dude, it's so much like Plato's Cave. I'm getting pissed. I don't know. The comments he makes about them tells me he doesn't realize it's AI. I want to see the comments so bad. And like the generic ones are like pretty woman. I don't know. And then there's a blurb talking about how she's like, just I don't even know. I haven't really engaged with it, but it's just people being like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I did watch a video about this." It's people posting like crafts, and then underneath it, they'll be like, "This is my first pot that I ever made," or "This is the first sweater I ever knitted," and it's like an AI person holding up an AI sweater, and then there's all these old people commenting like, "Oh my God, that's fantastic." That's just, I guess it's just freaking me out. I guess it's like nice to be reminded of, I don't even know. I don't even know what to do, because it's like, obviously there's going to be this small amount of people that live so online that the sad reality that I fear may actually come to fruition for those people. It's probably not going to come to fruition for me. I don't know what's going to have to happen for me to be in weird AI bubble land where everything is generated And the part of me knows it, but I don't care because it feels better than my shitty life. Okay, guys, this is just crazy AI ramble. I don't want to ruin his fun, but I'm also thinking maybe it's important he knows how to recognize an AI image. Exactly. You need to pull it up. You need to sit him down. You need to be like, this is AI. This is all over the internet now. We are in like a weird bubble. We've just had like unregulated immense social change after unregulated immense social change. And I'm not saying like we're smart enough to regulate it, but it's definitely something that's powerful enough to that we need to talk about regulating it. Or it's not even that we're smart enough, or it's that the people who would regulate it are in line with values that I also have that would make me be like content with the regulations. But yeah, he should know how to recognize it. And you should show him a lot of the voice stuff too, because that seems to be like very pernicious, very easy. Like it's like the pictures are like whoa, cool, and that's like, so it looks real. It looks like a it's like the ones where it's like a different time, where it's like from the 80s, from the 90s. Like those are pretty engaging. Sometimes I think I'm like so skeptical of the online space. I guess I don't know. I have the perfect amount of paranoia that's not ramping up any. Yeah, we need to teach these old people about scams. I don't want to come off as being rude or inappropriate of him trying to brighten my day. What do you think? Yeah, it's nice because it's wholesome. If he was on there like sharing some stupid stuff, like the people who did their first craft and wanted to share it, and like somehow those types of posts are being created to mine, they're mining interactions. So it's like a real person makes a fake person to get other real people to click a button on a website. And if the person who sets that all up does it well enough, he gets rewarded. Is it that it's a waste of time? Is it that's just disingenuous? That people like, we know there's like a level of lying or manipulation at hand. I think you should find a way. See, it's so funny that it's like him being nice and cool and being cute. I think you say, hey, I really like these, Dad. I think they're really fun and they brighten my day. But let's just play with AI for a little bit. Like, I don't mind that you send me, I don't mind that you send me AI images. I just want you to know. Before you get an AI girlfriend, I was like, just want you to know. Like, I love you. I'm like, I don't know. I think, yeah, maybe sit him down, do it, and then afterwards kind of love bomb him via messages. Not in a manipulative way, just in a way to kind of get his morale back up, because you do love him, but you're just going to ramp it up a little bit to say, I still want to interact with you online. I don't care that you're sending in AI pictures. I care that you might have been oblivious to it, and who knows what type of manipulation that will lead to if you don't have any frame of reference for the forgery that's going on online. And yeah, there we go. And that's the end of another regular episode of Cast Me Outside. If you made it this far, you're awesome. Please follow and like, or come back next episode. I'm trying to post 4 or 5 times a week. I got to figure that shit out. It takes energy. It takes time and energy. It takes about an hour to edit and post and 30 minutes to record. So it probably takes about 2 hours if I'm being like a little liberal with the amount of time it takes to make one of these episodes. So that's time, dude. And as a person who hasn't been good with his time and wants to spend his time doing other unproductive things, Got to prioritize and execute. Prioritize, strategize, execute. Dude, I'm about to make some fucking poster boards and some graphics and just be a fucking grifter and just be like, here's my acronyms that will teach you all the skills you need, and so you understand these concepts that are going to make you money and help you navigate the world. I don't know. I'm rambling. An extra rambly episode. But I appreciate you all, and that's it for today's episode. It's been a lot of fun, but we're done. Gotta run. Thank you this time for your time, and until next time, keep on living and loving. Peace.